Hey there, Partridge Kids. Welcome to STEWY'S 2021. Music lesson of the week.
Hi there, Foundation Year 1 and Year 2 students. Welcome to Week 7 of STEWY'S Music Online for Term 3. This week we're doing some rhythm revision, having a go at making our own dances, and a bit of Chrome Music Lab experiments. So let's think back to terms 1 and 2, where we did a lot of work on tars. We would have learned about TTs, and we would have learned about tars. We might have even done some tickers. We may have looked at tars. These are all notes that I'm hoping you can remember we've done back at school. We also looked at rests, and I'm pretty sure the only rest we really sort of started working on was this tar rest, or a quarter note rest. So I've left some links in the slides for some exercises that I would love you to have a go at clapping along to, or you can tap along to them. You can just use a pen tapping on the table. If you're lucky enough to have a drum or any instrument, you can have a go at playing along to the rhythms and really try to keep your eyes on the music and listen out for that beat. Just in case you've forgotten how long these notes go for. When I say how long, I mean how many beats. Let's go over that just now. Let's start with the first note that I would have taught you, which is tar. It also can be called a quarter note because it lasts for a quarter of a bar. Most bars of music are in 4 beats, and 1 beat is a quarter of that. So that's why sometimes you'll see it being called a quarter note. It can also be called a crotchet, but let's just stick with tar for now, yeah? So a tar is worth 1 beat. So if I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, it would go tar. 1 beat. So if I had 4 of these in a row, I'm just tapping my pen on the music stand. I might tap on my table. It might be a bit loud on the video. So let's have a go. If I had 4 of these, it would be going ta, 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 ta. 1 beat. Now, you can have a rest for a tar, and it looks kind of like this, a bit of a squiggly line, like a stretched out cursive Z or Z. So that and that, they are both worth 1 beat. Some people think it's worth no beats, but it is worth a beat. It's just a silent beat. So that would be ta, ta. There's 4 beats there. So that's a tar rest or a quarter note rest. Crotchet rest, it can also get called too. We definitely had a look at this one here, and you would remember it as TT. TT is actually 2 half beats put together to make 1 whole beat. So it's got to be quicker than tar. So if I have a tar here, here's a tar, 1, 2, 3, 4, tar. This one's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, TT. It's got to be a lot faster. These can sometimes be called 8th notes, because if I had a bar of 4, I could actually fit 8 of these TTs into that bar of music. Sometimes you would see one of these by themselves. Now, by themselves, they look like this. This is a T, or an 8th note. A quaver is its other name. But they normally get joined together because they're normally 2 in a row. And when they do that, they straighten out this line and it becomes TT. For the exercises I've given you, though, you'll only see it as TT. I haven't put any of those in there. But it's good to know that by themselves, they look like that. There will be some of these in the exercises. Now, I call them tars because they're worth 2 beats. That's its sound name. On the YouTube clips, the rhythm exercises I've included, they actually call them 2Es. Doesn't really matter. It still goes for 2 beats. Maybe they call them 2Es because they last for 2 beats. But either way, you can call them tar, or you can call them 2E, whatever works for you. These can also be called minims, that's its proper name, or half notes because, well, if you had a bar of 4, you could fit 2 of these. Half of 4 is 2. That's why sometimes it's called a half note. That's the 3 notes that you will see in here. So we've got, you'll see TTs, you'll see TARs or TUIs, you'll see TARs, and I should say 4 really, because there's also some rests in the exercises. That's all the ones you'll come across on the links. Now, there are other notes we've done at school, and I won't put them in just yet. I think they're probably best that we went through them back at school, but just in case you wanted to know, this is ticker ticker. We've definitely done that at school, but we haven't really broken it down. Hey, these are sometimes called 16th notes or semiquavers, and each one of these is worth like a 16th of a bar, or an actual quarter of a beat. Bit confusing, I know, but that's why I won't go into it too much here. But if you know that it's called ticker, that's good enough. Oh, here's one that I haven't brought up today, is this one here. Just looks like 0. It's actually ta. This one fills up a whole bar of 4. So it gets called a whole note, and its proper name is a semi-breve. But again, these ones won't be appearing in the exercises that I've included. So I think that's enough rhythm revision online for now. If you could have a go at those links and just practice them, you can do it more than once. You can do it twice, 3 times, as many times as you like. Every time you do it, you're going to get better at reading and tapping and clapping rhythms. So good luck with those rhythm exercises. That's it for part 1. Let's move on to part 2. Okay, for part 2, we're going to have a go at making our own short dance. And this is a nice, easy, fun way to do it. You'll notice in the slides, I've included a page that looks something like this. It's just a little grid. Look, if you can print it off, great, or you could even just rule up your own page like this. I've only got 8 different moves here. If you wanted to do more than 8, great. If you only want to do 4, that's fine too. So what you need to do, and it says here, is to either draw or you can write the moves in each one of these squares and then try to put it together to a beat. Now you can choose any song you want. You could even make something on Chrome Music Lab and just be thinking of groups of 4, or usually in dance, groups of 8. Here's a little something I prepared earlier. You'll see why. Oh, I forgot to put a smiley face on one of my pictures. I'd like to have a smiley face on my dance moves. You can see now why I'm not an art teacher. I'm a music teacher. So I just made a start. I might, if we get time, I'll finish off the other moves. So my first move in my dance, I've got here 4 star jumps, but I will try to make those 4 star jumps last for 8 beats. If you think about it, you could, I'm still sitting in my chair, but we go 1, 2 as it comes down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 star jumps is going to end up being 8 beats. If you want to do them quickly and just make them 4 beats, that's fine. My next move is going to be 4 foot taps. Like I would borrow like a foot tap from the nut bush, where you take a side step, tap, side step, tap, side step, tap, side step, tap. I know you can't see my feet in the video, but I'm pretty sure we've done the nut bush that many times at school. You know what I mean. So I borrowed a move from the nut bush. That's okay. My next one would be 4 side-to-side claps. It's going to end up being 8 beats. I'll put this down for a second. So I'm talking about going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beats, but 4 claps. And the last one of my favourite disco stew moves, is 4 disco points. The old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's just the start of my dance. Now, I'll probably later on, I'll finish off the rest of this. Pick a song that I like. Be thinking, I'll practice it a few times in groups of 8. Think of groups of 8, or you can do groups of 4. Keep your dance moves in time to the beat. Practice, practice, practice. And eventually, hopefully, you'll have a series of at least 8 moves that you can perform to the family. Or you might even want to film it and you can email it through to me. So that's it for part 2. Have fun making your own dances. Let's move on to part 3. All right, so I'm back in Chrome Music Lab, but you'll notice when you've clicked on the link this week that it takes you to a different looking page. This is the whole Chrome Music Lab library. Well, if I click on this one, Songmaker, this is the one we used last week. The one that has the beats down here, or the untuned percussion there, and our melodies and chords here. Might delete that one. Wonder how that sounds. Cool. But we've had plenty of goes on that, and I've really enjoyed some of the songs people have copied the links to and sent to me. They've been fantastic. There was one student in year 5, Brielle, who actually made Ode to Joy. Sounds exactly like Ode to Joy with the beat and a perfect melody and chords. So I thought I'd better mention that. So well done, Brielle, on that. That was excellent work. So let's go back to the actual library. Oh, how we do that? Yes, we want to cancel that. It just wants to make sure I don't want to save the work. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'll quickly give you a tour of some of the ones I've checked out. Let's have a look at this one here, Kandinsky. It's so cool. So basically what you draw, it's going to make a sound for. Now, if you do a low one, it's going to do a low pitch note. If you do a higher one, the pitch will go higher. Higher again. Check out this one. I discovered it. If you draw a circle, watch what it does. It does a lovely little harmonic voice there. Makes a face. Now, if I put them above each other, it should, I hope, make a chord. I'm going to press play. That sounds cool. I can change the instrument. What does this one sound like? Lots of fun to be had on that one. Let's reset it. Okay. That closes the canvas and we'll go back. With all these, I'm pretty sure you can copy the link, save them. You could send them through if you wanted. Check out this one. It's a spectrogram. So this is actually what sounds look like through an instrument or a tool called a spectrogram. So let's just try the flute here. Hopefully it'll work. Maybe I'll click on it again. There we go. That's what a flute looks like. It's very interesting. A trombone. If you had a drum machine, that's what it comes out. It's really fascinating. Now, if you go to this finger one here, I'm pretty sure, again, my internet seems to be playing up. There we go. Now you can just have a bit of a play. High pitch, low pitch. Oh, so much fun. We'll go back to this one. This is really cool. Arpeggios are, when we do singing back at school, arpeggios are those singing warm-ups we do. We're like la, 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 la. They're every kind of second note of a chord or a scale. Now you could just press them as chords here. Lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Or you can play them as arpeggios. If I press play here, there's an arpeggio. There's a C to an F. I'm trying to keep beats happening. G. Now I'm changing back to a C. It's got minor chords here. A minor, C minor, related scales and chords there. It's more high school music, but that's okay. Have a play. There's so much fun in these little apps. Let's do one more. I haven't looked at them all yet. I like this one, although you probably annoy your mum and dad with this one. And if you have any pets, if you have any dogs, watch out. This is an oscillator. An oscillator is a type of instrument. It's a really strange looking instrument, but this is our electronic one. Basically, you click on him. If you drag him, if you drag him up, he's going to go higher and lower. So you're just having a go at pitch there, and each different character has a slightly different sound. So much fun. I'll go back to the main page. I think we used that one. Yeah, this is the rhythm one we used in a couple of weeks ago as well. So like I said, I haven't checked out the whole Chrome Music Lab myself. Just have a bit of a play this week. There's endless amounts of learning and fun to be had here. All right, let's wrap up the lesson. So that's it for this week's Stewy's Music Online. I hope you enjoy your music lesson. As always, take care out there Have fun, and I'll either see you at school or back online. Catch ya.
Hope you enjoy today's STEWY'S music lesson of the week. Be good.